This segment of DelmarvaLife is sponsored by CustomFit360.
The typical gym experience conjures images of the weights, the treadmills, and the sweat. But fitness journeys are about so much more than the stereotypical workout equipment and protein shakes. They're about creating inclusive spaces where friendship and healthy lifelong habits are formed that not only help people thrive physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. Here to tell us more about that is David Blake. He is the general manager of CustomFit360's Lewis location.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me today, Steve.
So tell us a little bit about your personal passion for fitness.
Yeah, so at a very early time in my life, I kind of found this, what can I do? One that's in demand and physical. I enjoy working on my feet and with my hands. And then how can I just help people? Especially when it comes to things that affect them in their everyday life. So going into that healthcare field, I very see us as personal trainers and coaches at the forefront of the healthcare system, because we're here for that preventative care. We're trying to prevent the fall. We're trying to prevent the diabetes, the higher cholesterol, the ailments that we start to see develop later in life, and then create complications later as well. So we're really on that front line trying to prevent those things for the preventative care of it all.
Getting ahead of it, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the Lewis studio is different from other gyms. How?
Yeah, so one thing that I would say about our community, the members that we have, they work really well with new members coming in, introducing themselves, making it a very inclusive place, because sometimes that's a very big obstacle. That gym intimidation is a very real thing. How mental that is for some people, just getting in the door can be very nerve-wracking. So helping them feel comfortable and confident in where they're at in their exercise journey. This could be the first time they've exercised in 10, 15, 20 years. So making sure that they feel good and comfortable in the facility, not only with the coaches, but also the members, and the members that we have in our community have been fantastic.
And I'll bet the key to that is how well your staff is trained.
Yes. One thing that CustomFit360 prides themselves on is highly experienced, highly educated, and passionate trainers and coaches, because it really starts with those people and how they're implementing their programs, how they're coaching the people, reaching out when someone's out sick or we haven't seen them in a while, making sure that we keep them accountable, and then also that community does as well. You start to develop these relationships. You know, we have women that go out together and have lunches together and host parties outside of our facility just on their own, based off of the friendships that they've made in our gym. So it's really amazing to see that.
Yeah, it's a great support group all around.
Yeah.
So you talked a little bit about being preventive and getting in shape, but
Right.
staying in shape is just as important.
Yeah, so one thing, primary goal is getting into the shape that we want to be in, into the body composition that we want to be in, and then we got to stay there. Unfortunately, this is not something that you get there and you're like, okay, I'm good, I can move on. It's a day in and day out thing. Maybe it's every other day, 3 days a week, but it's something that is constantly in our life and something that we want to be able to progress through our life, even if that progression is maintenance. A lot of times it's just like, what is your goal? What are we trying to achieve? And they're like, I'm comfortable where I am. I'm happy. I'm able to run on the beach, walk on the beach, play with grandkids, pick my dogs up, whatever it is in your life. And you just want to stay there and you want to keep that. But year after year, as we get older, a blessing and a curse, we need to be able to maintain that too. So that is more than just a goal to maintain and stay in the shape that we're in.
Very important.
Yes.
All right, so you've motivated people. They want to start their fitness
Right.
journey. Where do they go?
Yeah, so they can visit us at www.customfit360de.com. And then you would have the option of both the Millville and that Lewis location where we're located. We're right in that 5 Points area there, right off of Route 1. So I find it very convenient for those that are going to and from wherever they may be, whether it's closer to work or closer to home for them. But yeah.
Excellent. Well, David Blake of CustomFit360, thank you so much for joining us.
No, it's always a pleasure coming out here.
Let's get folks on that fitness journey,
Yes.
especially with the holidays coming up.
Of course.